Guys, we are back in JavaScript. We're doing Code Your Own Adventure 2. As you can see, I've already done these sections. Unfortunately, a few of them came out in bad quality, and so we'll just be working our way through here and resetting the code as we go. This is a brief look at what it is. We'll be creating kind of a prompt input, using variables, old school type RPG, like MS-DOS old school type RPG. It's kind of cool if you like those type of games. So, like for instance, you're walking into a forest, minding your own business, and you run into a troll. Do you fight him, pay him, or run? So in this case, we're going to put fight. How courageous? Are you strong? Yes. Are you smart? And we'll put no. Oop, bow isn't one of those. You only need one of the two. You beat the troll. Nice work. Okay. So let's go ahead and reset this. So it's asking us to prompt the user for input and store it in a variable called user. So let's create, let's say var, and it wants to be user. And to get a prompt, it's as easy as doing prompt and then putting it in. So let's write like an interview thing. So are you looking for a job? Question mark. Save, submit, and in this case, it doesn't matter what we put. We're just gonna put yes, because we haven't put any like if statements or anything like that for our prompt. So let's go ahead and reset. Are you looking for a job? And then it says call either dot uppercase or lowercase onto your prompt. And so, as in, you can check the thing right here. We're going to do dot lowercase just because that to me makes more sense. Dot to lowercase. And what this is going to do is, instead of having to write multiple answers like yes with a capital Y, no with a capital N, or vice versa, this is going to just lowercase whatever answer we get, and then when we need to do something with it, so it's going to change. So if we put that all in caps, let me actually print that out. So let's go ahead and console.log user, and you'll see exactly why we're going to do it. So save and submit, and we're going to do yes in all caps and see how it lowers it. Now, that way, when we want to do something with that input, it'll be much easier. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of that log. Alright, so we're going to add a switch statement. We'll test out several different cases. Alright, and it probably gives you a little reminder here of how to use your switch. So switch takes in an input. In this case, it will be our user. We test what the value is. In our case, it's going to be yes, no, maybe, or something like that. And then it's going to do something. So don't forget a default. So switch, take our value. What are we switching through? Our user, colon. Is it colon, right? No, it's not. Bracket. And then in here we are going to have case, and this is where the lowercase works. We need case yes, and then it's going, is it bracket again? Yeah, this one's bracket. Okay, and then we want it to, console.log something out. Console.log. Do you have a college education? Or actually, do you have, because you don't need a college education for everything, marketable skills. Oops. And then don't forget to break it, because we want to break out of the switch statement. Case no. And we'll say console.log. Well, have a good day then. And just for the sake of argument, again, don't forget to break. We'll put case maybe. And this will say we don't want to hire. We don't hire maybes. Alright. and then I don't think we have to call it, it's just default. Yeah, it's not case default. So then we have default, and this is, again, don't forget to break for each one, because once it meets this value, you need the loop to break. So default, and we'll break here as well. Actually, I don't think the default does need to break. Let's see again. Yeah, the default doesn't need to break because it shouldn't reach there, and it should go again if you don't get it. So no break. Although I think you can do it either way, to be honest with you. I've seen people do it either way. What the convention is, you'd have to look that up for yourself. We'll just say, did you not understand the question? So I'm also pretty sure we don't need the semicolons, but it's just a standard convention for me. And I like it. It lets me know that I've ended my train of thought there. So let's go ahead and save and submit. Are you looking for a job? And yes, I actually am. So next section. Alright, add some if-else statements. Just check whether one of the condition. Do you have any marketable skills? And so how do we want to do this? Alright, so what we can do here is we can change the prompt. We can change these console.logs to a prompt. So we'll say prompt, say var answer equals prompt skill. So we're going to change our code a little bit, and we're going to say if answer equals. Oh, and don't forget to do the dot to lowercase or dot uppercase, whatever your preference is. Answer is equal to yes. Console.log. You may be just right for this job. End it. Else. I guess we could do an if statement here. We'll do if answer is equal to no, because they could put something other than yes or no. Now that I'm thinking about it. Console.log. Sorry to hear that. And then we'll console.log out for else as well. And we'll say, oh, so they want us to use and. Add some if-else statements to your case and check to see whether one condition and another condition are true. Oh, alright. So in this case, if var is equal to, if answer is equal to yes, answer is equal to true, and then if it's equal to false, answer is equal to false. And I'm not going to do an else statement because this is going to get a lot of code real quick. So it wants us to use true or false, and so from here we can do it for all of these, but we're just going to do it for the one to save time, and it should work just fine. So do you have any marketable skills? Yes. So we're going to say answer is equal to yes, and we'll set answer is equal to no here to false, and then we'll say we can do another if statement and yes here. We'll say if, so we're going to use a little bit of a nested loop, answer is equal to true, and end. We'll just do it like this. Decision. We're just going to make up a variable for the sake of this prompt. Our decision, or of our choice. And we'll say he's undecided, so we'll set this to false. Choice is equal to false. We want to console.log, or actually let's do another prompt. var deal equals prompt, and from here we'll say, is there anything we can do to make you take the job? Question mark. And then we'll say, well, another if statement. So this one's going to say if deal is equal to true, or answer is equal to true. Console.log, thank you for taking the job. And we need to do one more statement here to get the set deal is equal to true, and then we'll say if, we're going to call dot to lowercase, and we're going to say if deal is equal to yes, deal is equal to true. Now, just because the way we did this, because answer is going to be true in this point, we probably don't need this, but it's better that way. So, assuming I didn't make any syntax errors, this should work only in the yes case, and you can see how it's slowly getting a little more complicated, and if we were making a real interview type of thing, we would have to go through it. Just for the sake of understanding, I do encourage you to go and just do each statement yourself. Do you have any marketing skills? Yes. Is there anything that would make you take the job? Yes. Oh, we didn't use an else statement. All right. So, else. Console.log. Sorry to hear that. And best of luck to you. Yes, we're looking for jobs. Yes, we have marketable skills. Is there anything you do? Yes, and bam. Good to go. So you can see how it's getting a little bit condensed here, a little bit sloppy, but here's my old code. Looks a little bit more easier. I did like a little RPG type of thing. But let's go ahead and save and submit that code. Do you dare open the door of destiny? I was feeling pretty dramatic, so we'll say yes. As the chosen one, you must not be indecisive. So apparently, yes wasn't an option, or I didn't enter yes properly, something along those lines. But up next, we are going to be working with arrays and objects in JavaScript. So it should be a little bit of a review, if I remember correctly. But all in all, thanks for watching. And if you have any comments, concerns, anything constructive, always leave me a comments or a suggestion or anything. A course that you want me to review, that's great. I'm always looking for new stuff. We've done probably about a third of what Codecademy has to offer, maybe closer to a half, about 40%. And once we get done with that, I'm going to be looking for additional things to be reviewing. And as always, thanks guys.